In this video, my friends have placed 30 different minifigures on the Ninjago City markets, and we're going to be upgrading every single one of them. From Climber Sora, to Rogue's mech suit, to Arin's object spinjitzu. It will be done, so let's get to it. So right off the bat, I see Rogue, so let's start with him. I love how this man went from getting absolutely cooked in 5 seconds and crying about it, to watching an episode of The Mandalorian, putting on a blue stubble, becoming the most famous bounty hunter in town, and then trying to jump a little kid in his pet cat in an X-Wing, all in just a few weeks. I don't know what the Ninjago Raiders are on, but please, keep cooking. Rogue versus Roz and Arin was peak, easily a top 10 fight in Dragon's Rising. Now during that fight, Rogue used this really cool, random Captain America looking mech that's completely absent from the sets. So let's build it. To make this figure, I had to build everything from scratch and attach it onto the J figure. So starting with the figure in this form, he actually ditched his stubble hat and now has a race car helmet. I made this with a Lego space helmet along with the visor from Mr. E. For the build, I want to start with the wings everyone had in season 3. I used a back attachment piece with ball joints and added some dark blue and gold tiling to create the wings. For the head, I grabbed a double-sided snot brick, added a few tiles over it, and used a golden tooth piece as a beak. I connected that to the flyer and then moved on to the hands. For the hands, I gave him some custom gauntlets, and then for the legs, I used a snot brick as well as a clip to make it look like he has eagle feet on. And that would be it for a custom rogue mech. Now while that is cool, I actually want to make something that's a little smaller and more standalone. To do this, I made some small superposable legs and added a snot piece on top. I built out the general shape of the body and then attached 2 arms to hold Jay's lightning blades. I like this build a lot better as it matches the scale more closely and doesn't require a J figure to be inside it.
And our first minifigure upgrade is now done. For our second minifigure upgrade, I want to give Rogue the goggles that he had in the show. To do this, I simply cut a red sticker into squares and then placed it on a black head, giving me a fully finished Rogue minifigure. Oh, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, because if you don't, the newly upgraded Brick Separator Man will come in and destroy all your Lego sets. Though actually, we're trying to hit 20k, so make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Next to Rogue, we actually have Roz and Arin. For Arin, I decided to make a Spinjitzu Cone Tornado.
In Ninjago, Arin actually does this funky Spinjitzu move,
and I thought it'd be awesome to recreate. To make it, I took a bunch of robot arm pieces and attached them to a Lego spiderweb piece. At the bottom, I added a Lego inverse parabola piece, and then I put a bunch of power blast pieces and fire around the mechanical arms. And that was it. You can place the Arin figure inside, and he actually spins really well. Now for Lord Roz, I want to give him the dragon icon. In Dragon's Rising Season 3, we learned Roz's hammer was actually a dragon icon the whole time, which was a wild reveal. But the version of the Lego sets was missing the black handle and just felt way too small, so I decided to improve it. To build the ultimate grizzly bear hammer, I started with a black rod, added a gold handle, a golden base, then finished it off with a G-slope and escape brick on both sides for detail. And now we finally got a show accurate Roz hammer, ready for the ultimate fight. Next up, we've got Big Boi Zane, easily one of my favorite builds from Dragon's Rising so far.
I got swole for buffness.
Yeah, what?
This Zane is giant, and he needs weapons to match that scale. Now remember how in Crystallized when we got those golden shurikens? Well, they were oversized and didn't quite work with the smaller figs. But now, for Big Zane, they're a perfect fit. These massive shurikens finally feel proportional and look amazing on the figure. Moving a bit to the side, my friends actually added Morro and Arin talking. The whole Morro and Arin subplot in Dragon's Rising was absolutely amazing. That episode has to be easily one of my favorites so far. For Morro, I gave him back the element of wind, using the white curly pieces from Lego Dreams. To top it off, I recreated the Sword of Sanctuary using a standard sword base, a trans blue parabola, a handle, and a blue opalescent stud to finish the hilt, making it look like the actual Sword of Sanctuary from the show. In the show, Arin actually uses object spinjitzu on the returning prismatic blade. To do this, I actually added a couple mechanical arms on a prismatic blade piece and then threw in a few fire pieces around it to make it look like a circle. All in all, I think this duo is absolutely awesome, and I think these upgrades are pretty solid.
If you like to do stop motion animation or like to voice act, we have the perfect Discord server for you. Not only does everyone give each other a bunch of animation tips and mecha bricks tips, we also post these cool collabs that you might have seen. So make sure to hit that link in the description to join our community.
In the middle of the markets, we have a full battle scene with Nia, Lloyd, Pixal, Cole, Zane, and Zarkt. To get Nia in action, I set up a grappling hook line connecting the Borg store to the Archway. Instead of using climber hooks, I made a rope traversal system using 4 mechanical arm pieces linked together on the line,
and it allows you to control how far your figure is down the line and doesn't fall to the end like climbing hooks.
Let's now work on some weapons. Starting with Cole, I've always wanted to mix the Scythe of Plagues with the lava from the Shintaro dungeons. He never technically controlled lava, but the aesthetics in Season 13 were fire. So I gave him a new hammer that actually channels the look, built with a handle base, a bar, a 1x1 lava cone, another handle, and a trans orange bow on top of a layered plate. It brings the heat and gives Cole a powerful new look. Next, let's move on to Lloyd. To power him up, I want to showcase his energy powers since they look so cool in the show. I gave him a transparent green parabola and then placed a trans green missile on top, making it look like he's actively shooting out energy. Now my friends apparently also decided to put the worst member of the Forbidden 5 here, Zarkt. To upgrade him, I decided to give him his elemental power of misfortune. In the show, Zarkt's power is one of the more visually interesting ones, even though we haven't really seen it used against a human yet. To recreate the power of misfortune, I took 2 transparent red cone pieces and connected them with a trans red bar. I then added a transparent parabola, a trans red stud, and finally another red bowl piece at the very tip, making it look like the power is being launched. Next up, we have Pixal, who always carries the ninja at least before Dragon's Rising. I want to give her a really cool glider, just like the other ninja in the show. To build it, I used 2 angle tiles and connected them to a back connector. I added a couple of Lego beams and connected 2 katanas to complete the flyer. I also added a 2x2 circular tile for the figure to stand on. Now, not only she can fly by attaching it to her back, but she can also jump over, flip it, and actually stand on it mid-flight. Next to her, we've got Sora, the elemental master of tech. To upgrade this figure, I want to give her a custom climber suit. I borrowed the climber armor piece from Jay and placed it on her. Then I printed out some custom torso designs to match the climber style and applied them to complete her look. It's such a shame Lego didn't give us the proper climber Sora, so I'm super happy I was able to make this custom version. My friends also decided to leave this Frak minifigure here, and based on the outfit they gave him, I'm pretty sure they wanted me to recreate Frak from Dragon's Rising Season 3 Part 1. So to do that, I used the custom Frak prints I made for my Lego Ninjago Monastery video, printed them out, and applied them to the minifigure. Overall, I'm really happy with how this turned out. It is a show accurate Frak figure, well, except for the head. The head I use is way too big compared to the smaller one he has in the show.
And yes, I also did give Sora and Frak back prints to complement their figures.
Now we're on to our next minifigure, the Dragonian Warrior. The Dragonian Warrior is pretty limited when it comes to flight poses, since you can't really replicate the wing dynamics it has in the show, but fear not, I've got the perfect solution. If you take the wings off the bar and move them slightly down, you can actually rotate them up and down. And if you remove the clip piece entirely, you can attach the wings directly to make it look like the minifigure is resting his wings. I think this is a fun little trick, especially for stop motion animation. Moving down to the bridge below, we've got Kai and Cinder. In Dragon's Rising Season 2, Kai had one of the craziest fights ever, and I want to try recreating some moments from that battle. The first thing I wanted to build was a full spinjitzu. With Arin, we only made half a spinjitzu, so I thought it'd be cool to give Kai a complete one. To build it, I started off with a 6-sided snot brick and attached a bunch of Lego 1x2 plates around it. Then I added some clips on the sides and fire pieces to make this spinjitzu code look much bigger. Now we finally have a full-size spinjitzu that is quite accurate to the show. To counter Kai's spinjitzu, I gave Cinder his shatterspin armor. In the show, Cinder wears this awesome brown and black blue version of the armor, but in the sets, he comes with a silver piece instead. So I grabbed my paint and customized it to match the show, and this is how it looks on the Cinder minifigure. All in all, these are some simple but effective upgrades that can really help bring Ninjago battles to life.
Also, by the way, every single year LEGO makes 6 different advent calendars, but they still don't make Ninjago. Heck, Disney Mini Dolls has an advent calendar. So make sure to go hit the support on my LEGO Ideas project so they can actually become real sets. And if you don't have one already, it only takes 1 minute to make a LEGO account, and it's something that you definitely should have as a Ninjago fan.
Out to the side, we actually have Roby and the Temple Guard. I'm not sure why they're not at Temple City, but since they're here, we've gotta upgrade them. In the show, Roby constantly uses a selfie stick to document himself during the games. To recreate that, I built one using a handlebar, a mechanical arm, a 1x1 connector, and a phone piece. For the Temple Guard, I started by swapping out his hat for the proper conical one. For his weapon, I gave him a blaster gun with a short barrel on the side, and then replaced his legs with the Oni Lloyd legs, add more accuracy and detail based on the show. Down the sidewalk, you can spot Kai and Nia just chilling. Kai's in this blacksmith outfit from the Ninjago City Market set, and Nia's rocking her city outfit from the Lego Ninjago movie. To upgrade them, I gave Kai his proper blacksmith torso with the accurate white coloring to match the show, and I swapped Nia's outfit for her blue kimono suit from season 10 to make the duo look even cooler. Down here, we've got Climber Kai, Tournament J, and Tournament Lloyd facing off against Nokt. For Nokt, I used a bunch of trans red 1x2 pieces, connected them together, and posed them to make it look like he's using shatterspin. You can wrap it around him or stretch it out to create a big energy wave. I also gave him his cape to make it look more accurate to the show. To upgrade the other figures, I gave Kai his climber hook, which I attached to his back. I also reused the plate from the front of his mech suit and placed it on the back to act as a compressed mech pack. For Lloyd, I want to give him the Source Dragon icon in motion, so I came up with two designs. The popular version, which is to take a handle, add a skate piece as the handguard, and add a bunch of 1x1 trans red pieces for the blade, and my custom take, which started with the handle, attached a smaller bar, and then a shuriken as the guard, and then finished it off with a 1x1 plate, a 1x1 cone, and a small nail piece to form the blade. Let me know in the comments which version you like more. For Jay, I gave him a golden nunchuck with the lightning piece at the end to contrast the evil version. And speaking of which, Evil Jay is just down the alley. I gave him a silver version of the smaller tournament katana by trimming down a regular katana. Now both Jays have matching weapons, just in different colors. Funny enough, right up the ramp, Drix is just chilling there, which makes no sense because Zarkt is about to get cooked and needs backup, so I moved Drix into a big fight in the center of the markets. To upgrade Drix, I ditched Lego's weird looking sickles and built my own. I used a handle, attached an infinity stone holder, added an action sand piece, and topped it off with an axe head. It looks way more accurate than this show now. Bro, what is this? My friends are really trying to give me nightmares with this one. They included an armor piece off to the side, so I think they want me to make a custom Frak from Season 2 Part 2. To pull this off, I used Jordana's torso and legs from a Wolf-Masked Warrior minifigure. I stuck with the same great armor since there's really nothing else that fits on Frak. And just like that, we've got a tournament Frak, a perfect rival for Sora in the tournament arena. Up above, we also got Arin walking Roz? I don't even know. To upgrade Arin, I want to give him a show-accurate version of his grappling hook. I made one using a rope piece, connected it to a 1x1 plate, a 1x1 Technic axle holder, and a mechanical arm piece. For Roz, I just went ahead and painted him to match the pink Roz variant from the show, much more accurate than what the sets gave us. And finally, for our last figure, there's just a skeleton chilling here, probably the hardest challenge of all. Like, what am I even supposed to do with this? But wait, hear me out. If I take this Morro headpiece, plop it on, then give him the realm crystal, we officially have a show accurate dead Morro. And with that, we've reached our 30th upgraded fig. Starting off to the far left, you can see Rogue is fighting Arin and Roz, and then towards the side, we can see a full battle going on with Zarkt soloing everyone else, and then Drix out here trying to fight some other ninja, including Arin and Sora, as well as some of the temple guard bots, and then down below, you can see Nokt fighting Kai, Lloyd, and Jay. Oh, and don't forget Morro Skeleton. If you have made it this far in the video, you are a real one. Comment down the character Yokai. That's it for today. Bye.